my loves. Right, these are my mum's nails. Can you remember I did these way before Christmas? They've been on 5 weeks, maybe more, but we were all poorly and she was really poorly, so we just couldn't get them done. Now what I did back then, just turn my phone on to silent, was I capped her natural nail and kept the shape incredibly natural. I knew it was going to look evil when it grew out, but my mum can't cope with long nails, so we capped them, let them grow out, and this is what we're left with. We're going to remove as much as possible with filing. There were a couple of damaged ones on her right hand, and then I'm going to fully prep and we're going to apply forms and just add a little bit extra to some of the nails. So I'm going in now. Obviously I've filed off the bulk and most of the acrylic. I've used Diamond Nail Supply's prep spray, and now I'm going in with my navy professional tool. This is the cuticle tool called Ethel. It's got two ends, so one end is slightly wider than the other, so if you've got a small surface area you just need to use the small side. It's nice, which means it's versatile. And as you can see, I'm just slowly pushing back the cuticles there, releasing them from the nail surface. I saw a little bit of lifted acrylic there, so I was like, ping, off it comes. And then also at the same time as pushing back the cuticles and releasing that connective tissue that's on the nail plate, you also remove the non-living tissue from the nail plate itself. So it helps not just to push the cuticle back, but also to remove anything that could potentially cause lifting. Now my mum is like scarecrow fingers, so they go really rigid. It's really hard. You know those clients where their hands are just so rigid, as if you're just about to stab them. They're constantly in shock. That's what she's like. Both my mum's index fingers have long-term damage where before I was doing her nails, she would pick the actual nail off, not just the skin, but the nail. And if you look way back on my videos, she literally had stumps with a tiny amount of nail, like minimal. So they've grown back, but they've grown back strange. But at least they've grown back and she looks after them. Any marks you can see on the nail are just where the acrylic's left on, like some bits have left, some bits aren't. There's a bit of lifting on that thumb I need to remove. But all in all, I mean, my mum is brutal with her nails because she's registered severely partially sighted. She's almost completely blind. So she hits her hands a lot and damages her nails a lot. So to only lose 2 was a miracle. I've kept as much of this as I can in real time, but obviously I'm aware that you guys might get bored with the repetition. So sometimes I show both hands, sometimes I show one hand or the other hand. Sometimes I might just speed it up a little bit because I don't want you kind of getting completely bored. So once I've done this step, what I like to do is go in with my Femme Fatale Nails e-file and my cuticle bit from Nail.Supplies and just go around there again and doubly check. It's just a step that, it's like the two combined really work for me. If I do just the e-file and I don't use my Ethel tool, then I still get worse lifting, and I just find my prep's not as on point. I only have this down, so the Femme Fatale Nails file goes up to 30, and I have this on 4 or 5. You can stop it if you press on it, so it's not hard. So I do half the nail with the rotation one way and then the other half with the rotation the other way, just to make sure we do even coverage on both sides of the nail. I hope you're all having a good new year. The kids have gone back to school today. Woohoo! I don't know myself. It's great. Love it. So once I've done this on both hands, then I'm going to go in with 180 grit file, and I'm removing any lifting, and I'm just filing down more of that acrylic because obviously I used the e-file to take the bulk off. I need to do the last bit with the hand file. I've changed the shape of Mum's nails. but we are actually still going to extend them. But instead of cutting them down and extending them, I'm actually leaving them as they are. Whether you agree with that or not is entirely up to you, but this is what I'm doing. And I'm doing it because she doesn't really need a lot more length. I just wanted to add to the shape a little bit, because the way my mum's nails grow from all the damage is just different. And I do find them awkward to sculpt anyway. Here's a bit of information. I'm only qualified in tip application, but on my mum, I have to sculpt. I can't apply tips. I just can't. So for some reason, so I do it on her. But I am qualifying in sculpting this year and advanced acrylic techniques and stuff like that, because you know what it's like. You just kind of learn things as you go. So I'm going in with Navy Pro Helen cuticle nippers. These are very, very sharp, so you don't need to work particularly hard with them. They do everything you need. I have a 10% discount code for you that I will put in the description box below. I also have a discount code for Diamond Nail Supplies, which is my core system, and also Angel Crystals as well. So I've applied forms. Now, I don't like these forms actually. I did buy them cheap. I do not like them. I need some better forms. And I'm going in with Diamond Nail Supplies Exposed, which is a cover powder. It's quite sheer compared to some of the other ones they do, so it's more of a natural look, which I really, really like, which is perfect for this. And I'm actually going to take, I applied too much there, so I'm going to take some off. I didn't really need much more length. I just wanted to add a little bit extra to the shape and a tiny bit of length. And I just I didn't want to cut down her natural nails, because she prefers to have her nails capped. So I figured we'll just add a little bit of extra, kind of give them a helping hand, and then on her next service I'll be able to file that extra off, and on 8 of the 10 nails we'll be back to an acrylic overlay, which is what my mum prefers. So that's why I did it. And it's my mum, so I do what she wants. So the good thing about Diamond Nail Supplies is that it self-levels extremely fast. It doesn't set fast or anything, but I mean, you put that bead down and it levels out and it stays there until you do something with it. It's just an incredibly smooth system to work with. I know some of you have had your trial kits. Woohoo! I love it. And I know Jade's got some more colours coming. It's all coming, don't worry. It's just, time, isn't it? Waiting for everyone else. Oh yeah, I went in with the Diamond Nail Supplies Extra Strength Acid Primer as well. So I'm literally just working these beads until I get the shape that I want. I'm not going to show you every single finger because you would be so bored. But I pat it, I roll my brush at the sides, pat it into shape, nice and gently, and then go in with my cuticle bead. See, it self-levels there, so it's so easy to work with. This is a great system for anyone, beginners or experienced, because it's just easy. I will put links and everything below for everybody and write down exactly what I've used. So I'm just going to pop the pinching tool on there. I do like a pinch to nail, so if I remember to do it, I do it. Love a good pinch. Now this one is one that broke, so she had some lifting and got it caught, and once my mum has no nails on, her nails just go, because they're incredibly thin from some of the medication that she takes. So they just don't have the strength, they just don't last. But once she has enhancements on, they grow like wildfire, which is awesome. It's amazing how nice having nails can make you feel, especially if you have a medical problem that, or medicines that you take that make it hard to grow your nails. things like that. She feels so much more confident and happy when she has some nails on, even though she doesn't have them long. She just feels nice and feminine. So this is them all done. I'm just going to go in with my e-file. I think I'm using my coarse bit from Glitter Planet, but I'm just tickling over the surface literally very, very quickly because there wasn't really a lot of bulk on there. So it's just like a little bit less to do with the hand file. Just tickle over. I'm not worried about the nail bed colour being sheer, so you can see some previous design because we're going over with gel polish, so it doesn't bother me at all. Okay, so now I'm just going on with my hand file and perfecting the shape. So I go always round the side walls and free edge first. And I tend to file underneath, then at the sides, and hold my file straight like that. It looks different from this angle, but I'm still doing the same thing. It's just the camera angle makes it look like my file's tilted, but it's not. And then I go over around the cuticle and around the body of the nail, just using my 180 grit. And then I often turn my file around and go forwards and backwards from cuticle to free edge, because I like the way it sort of shapes, especially with this kind of shape. And I'll just keep repeating those steps until I'm happy with the shape of the nail. And I'll be moving and looking at it from all angles. And don't worry, just take the time until you're happy with them. I'll only show you filing this one, I think, because they're all the same. Okay, so once that's done, then I'm going to clean over the nails again with some prep spray. And then we're going to go in with a new gel polish that I bought the other day. It's from Nailchemy, and it's called Aphrodite, and it's like a rose goldy stunning polish. It's just so nice. And I did record all of it, but only like 1 or 2 nails were in shot, which was ridiculous. I think it was 1 nail. I did 2 coats of this. She wanted it on every single nail. I was like, do you want to go nude with an accent nail? And my mum's like, no, I want it shiny so that I can see it if the light bounces off it. She still has to use a magnifying glass, a special one, to be able to see the nails, but she can see it, so it's nice for her. So I'm using my Nailchemy detailer brush. It's an 8mm detailer, just to go and get right up to that cuticle line and down into the sides there. And this is the final video thing. Oh my god. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.